So there were 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run.
Hi, this is Rachel Israel with STEM News and Global World Report. We have breaking news that will have a huge impact on the global scene in the very near future. Let's take a look at what's going on around the world.
Imagine waking up one morning to find out that some of the biggest names in the car world have packed their bags and left town. That's exactly what happened. 5 major Asian car companies' names you see every day on the road made a huge announcement. They are moving their factories, their investments, their future plans from the United States to Africa. This isn't a small change, it's a massive shift that has left about 50,000 American workers without a job. For decades, America was the place to be for any car company that wanted to be a global player. Now, that is changing, and it's happening faster than anyone expected. It's a story that tells us a lot about the world today. The reasons for this big move are not simple, but they are clear. For years, these companies faced challenges in the U.S. New rules and taxes on imported parts made it more expensive to build cars. The cost of labor, while fair, is much higher than in other parts of the world. For generations, working at a car factory in America was more than just a job. It was a ticket to the middle class. It meant a steady paycheck, a good home, and the ability to send your kids to college. In towns across states like Michigan, Ohio, and Kentucky, these factories were the heart of the community. But now, that heart is facing a major shock. With the announcement that 5 big Asian automakers are leaving, the once noisy assembly lines where thousands of cars were built every day are falling silent. For the 50,000 workers who have been told their jobs are gone, the American dream feels like it has been put on hold. The impact of these closures goes far beyond the factory walls. It creates a ripple effect that touches everyone in the community. Think about it. Every car factory supports dozens of other businesses. There are the smaller companies that supply parts, seats, screws. There are the trucking companies that transport the finished cars. There are the local restaurants where workers grab lunch, and the small shops where they buy groceries. When the factory closes, all these businesses suffer. It's like a light has been switched off, and entire towns are left in the dark, wondering what comes next for their families and their future. While some American towns are facing a difficult future, cities across Africa are rolling out the welcome mat. The decision by the 5 Asian automakers to move was not a random choice. Africa has been preparing for this moment for years. African governments have been working quietly but effectively to make their nations attractive for major industrial investment. They have created special economic zones where companies can operate with fewer taxes and less red tape. They have invested heavily in building new roads, ports, power grids, including clean energy from massive solar farms and hydroelectric dams. This makes it easier and cheaper to build and run a modern factory. But it's not just about infrastructure and taxes. Africa's greatest asset is its people. It is the youngest continent in the world, energetic young people, ambitious young people, well-educated students. While other parts of the world worry about an aging workforce, Africa has a generation of millions ready to learn, work, and innovate. Many African nations have invested in technical schools and engineering universities, sometimes in partnership with countries like China and India. As a result, a new generation of engineers, designers, and technicians is graduating with world-class skills, ready to build the future in their home countries. The automakers saw this and were impressed. The arrival of these auto giants is about more than just building cars. It is the spark igniting a full-blown industrial revolution across Africa. A car is made of thousands of parts. Start with steel, glass, rubber, electronics. As new factories ramp up production, they will need suppliers for all these components. That creates a huge opportunity for local businesses to grow. Automakers have committed to sourcing a large percentage of parts locally. So new factories will open to make tires, batteries, seats, wiring, and much more. That creates thousands of additional jobs. The ripple effect builds a strong, diverse industrial base. Think about the battery revolution. Africa is home to critical minerals like cobalt from the Democratic Republic of Congo. In the past, those raw materials were dug up and shipped to China, Europe. Now refineries are being built in Africa to process minerals locally. That means the most valuable part, turning raw materials into advanced products, will happen in Africa. Profits and high-skilled jobs stay on the continent. This is value addition, the key to lasting wealth. New auto plants use cutting-edge robotics, artificial intelligence, automation. Running those factories needs software engineers, data analysts, IT specialists. R&D centers are being set up to design cars for African roads and consumers. For millions of young people across Africa, this news is more than just an economic headline. It is a moment of immense pride and hope. For generations, the dream for many ambitious young Africans was to leave the continent to find opportunities in Europe or America. They saw a future that was always somewhere else. Now, for the first time in modern history, that is changing. The future is coming home. With these new factories and the industries growing around them, young people are seeing a clear path to a successful career right in their own countries. This is a powerful psychological shift from being just consumers of foreign products to becoming the creators of their own. The hashtags trending on social media tell the story: #MadeInAfrica, #DriveAfrica, #GoodbyeDetroit. There's a sense of excitement and vindication. It's a feeling that the world is finally recognizing Africa's potential, not as a place that needs charity, but as a place that offers incredible opportunities for business. Young people are seeing that they can be the engineers who design the next electric car, the managers who run a state-of-the-art factory, or the entrepreneurs who start a business supplying parts to the auto industry. This is creating a wave of optimism that is spreading across the continent. This shift is changing the very definition of success for an entire generation. The move of these 5 automakers is more than just a business story. It is a sign that the world's balance of power is changing. For most of the last century, a few powerful countries in the West, especially the United States, set the rules for the global economy. They controlled the flow of money. They controlled the flow of technology. They controlled the flow of opportunity. But that era is coming to an end. We are moving toward a multipolar world, where power is shared among many different centers. This decision by Asian companies to choose Africa over America is a clear signal of this new reality. They are building a new supply chain that runs from Asia to Africa, largely bypassing the West. This shift is making leaders in Washington very nervous. They are used to being in the driver's seat of the global economy. Now they are realizing that they can no longer take their leadership for granted. When they tried to pressure the automakers to stay, it didn't work. The company simply went elsewhere. This shows that America's economic leverage is not as strong as it used to be. For Africa, this is a moment of empowerment. African leaders are now negotiating from a position of strength. The factories rising in Africa are not just producing cars. They are producing a new future, more balanced, more exciting. And this time, Africa is in the driver's seat.
Join me as I dive into the surprising world of global job markets and see if I can uncover the truth about 50,000 American jobs moving to Africa for good. The news has been buzzing with stories of companies relocating their operations, and even entire teams, to the African continent. This raises some big questions. What does this mean for the U.S. job market and economy? Are we seeing a significant shift in where work is getting done, and if so, why? One major reason companies are making the move is to cut costs. Labor costs, in particular, can be significantly lower in Africa compared to the US. This is a huge draw for businesses looking to reduce expenses and boost their bottom line. Globalization is also playing a role, as companies seek to expand their reach and tap into new markets. And let's not forget about the search for new markets. Africa is a rapidly growing continent with a rising middle class, making it an attractive destination for companies looking to sell their products or services. The trend is also driven by the fact that many African countries are investing heavily in infrastructure and technology, making it easier for companies to set up shop. Some governments are even offering incentives, such as tax breaks or subsidies, to lure businesses to their shores. As a result, we're seeing a growing number of American companies making the move to Africa. But what does this mean for American workers who are seeing their jobs move overseas? On the one hand, it's clear that this can be a challenging and uncertain time. However, it's also worth noting that many African economies are in need of skilled workers, and American employees may have opportunities to work abroad and gain new experiences. Wage differences are also a factor. While wages may be lower in Africa, the cost of living is often lower too, which can make a dollar go further. For African economies, the influx of foreign investment and expertise can be a major boost. It can bring in new skills, technologies, and management practices that can help drive growth and development. However, there are also concerns about the potential for job displacement and the impact on local wages. Some worry that foreign companies may bring in their own employees, rather than hiring locally, which can limit the benefits for African workers. One company that's made headlines with its African expansion is IBM. The tech giant has been investing in Africa for years, and has established a significant presence on the continent. According to IBM, Africa is one of its fastest-growing markets, with a huge potential for growth in areas like AI, blockchain, and cloud computing. The impact on IBM's operations and workforce has been significant. The company has been able to tap into Africa's rich talent pool, with many highly skilled and educated workers. At the same time, IBM has also faced challenges, such as navigating different regulatory environments and cultural norms. In terms of specific numbers, IBM has said that it's created thousands of jobs in Africa, both directly and indirectly. The company has also invested heavily in training and development programs to help build the skills of local workers. So what does the future hold for American jobs moving to Africa? It's clear that this is a trend that's here to stay, at least for the foreseeable future. As the global economy continues to evolve, we're likely to see more and more companies making the move to Africa. Thanks for joining me as I explored the trend of 50,000 American jobs moving to Africa. What do you think about this shift? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on global employment trends.
Well, that's the news for tonight. Thank you so much for continually supporting our content. If you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and share this with your friends and family. I'm sure they would find it interesting as well. We're very excited to continue this journey with you. We thank you all for bringing certain stories to our attention, and for continually keeping us updated with certain events around the world.
Bible Lions Coloring Book for Kids, Volume 2. Available August 15, 2025 on Amazon. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Children. Color 30 fun designs of inspirational verses and Christian artwork. A beautiful children's coloring book designed to fill your child's mind with the positive words of God's love. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Kids was designed to be a fun yet effective way to help children calm their tension. Hand-lettered quotes and adorable hand-designed illustrations will inspire your child as they reflect on God's promises.